Hey guys, hope the homework's going well. I've heard some of us are confused, some of us don't know what's going on. So I just wanted to go over a few of the homework problems. And I just wanted to remind you again, it's on Go Formative. The directions are in Google Classroom under Tuesday. It's Go Formative, and you just hit log in, and you log in with your Google accounts, and then you should see 1.4 homework there. So that's where you're going to find it. That's where you're going to fill it out. And you're only doing these ones I have circled in red here, like 1, 3, 4, 6A, and then 7A, B, and C. That's all you're doing. Because if you go to the Go Formative, oops, let's see if we can find it. If you go to the Go Formative, the homework, you will see that those only have numbers, and that's what's over here. Okay, so that's what we're doing. So if we're looking at number 1 on here, I've got F equals, whoops, it might help if you can see it. F equals MA. And we're solving for M. So we're going to follow our steps we've been doing. Draw our line is the first step. I have nothing to simplify, so now I'm going to label my sides. I need an M side and an everything else side. So since M's already over here, I might as well make M be over here. It'll save me time, and this is everything else. Well, I want the M, but this A's got to go. I can't subtract the A because it's connected with this M. These are a package deal. If I subtract the A, this whole thing gets moved over. So I can't do that. But since it's multiplied, what's the opposite or inverse of multiplying? Dividing, right? So if I divide by A, don't know what happened there. If I divide by A, well, if I have an A on the top and the bottom, those go away. A divided by A is 1. Well, whatever I do to one side, I have to do the other side. So if I divided that side by A, I've got to divide this other side by A. So I'm left with M on this side equals F divided by A. And that's my answer. If you want to rewrite it, make it pretty. I always like it written this way, but again, it does not matter. These are both the same thing. I know this one's not on your homework. Again, you do not have to answer this one on your homework. This is just another example of solving. So we're going to draw our line. We're solving for R this time, so we have an R side and everything else. R is already over here. So we're going to make this our R side. This is then our EE side. Okay, again, this is a package deal. They're all being multiplied together. I can't add or subtract anything because they're all multiplied. So now I've got to divide since it's being multiplied. I only want R. So I need to divide by everything that's not R. So this pi and this H. So I'm going to divide by pi H. And whatever I do on one side, I have to do to the other side. Divide by pi H. Well, pi on top, pi on bottom makes 1. H on top, H on bottom makes 1. That's gone. So I'm left with R squared equals, and then V over pi H. V over pi H. But over here, I've got this little squared. So the opposite of squaring is going to be taking the square root. So I'm going to take the square root of both sides. These cancel out. They're the inverse, just like multiplying and dividing. So I'm left with R equals the square root of V over pi times H. And again, if you want to write it this way, oops. If you want to write R equals square root V pi H. I know it's not pretty. It's not the pretty math that you've been used to of getting a perfect number, x equals 5, R equals 2. That's okay. It does not have to be pretty. Algebra is not going to be pretty. You're going to have letters, numbers, decimals, fractions. That's okay. This is an answer. We're just rearranging the formula, so you're still going to have the same things, just rearranged. we look at this one, we've got another homework problem. This is on your homework. So I've got that P equals A plus B plus C, and I'm solving for B. So I'm going to draw my line. I can't simplify anything. I have a B side. Again, B's already over here, so let's just make that B. If you put B on the other side, that's okay. You could do that too. You'd end up with the same exact answer, but this way just be a little bit quicker. And then this is my everything else side then. Well, I've got this A that's got to go. Now, if you notice this time, they're not being multiplied. They're being added and subtracted. So now I can add and subtract to move over. These aren't connected. If I move A over, I don't have to move the B over. They're being added and subtracted. So I've got a positive A. The opposite of positive is a negative A. Whatever I do on one side, I've got to do to that other side. Well, A minus A goes away. I'm left with B plus C. And then P minus A. There's nothing I can do. It's like saying I have a star and I minus a heart. How many stars and hearts do I have? I still have one star minus one heart. Okay, so I have P minus A. Now I only want B over here. I still have the C hanging out, so I've got to subtract C as well. So C minus C goes away. I'm left with B equals P minus A minus C. And it does not matter what order it's in. And that's it. And again, that's a beautiful answer. Or if you need to rewrite it, P equals, oops, not P, B equals P minus A minus C. These are all the same. This is the same thing. You're going to draw your line. You're going to have a W side and an everything else side. I'm not going to solve this one for you. I want you to practice, okay? Watching me do it's not helping, so I need you to practice. If you're practicing and trying, you're going to be fine, I promise. But we've got to all practice. We've all got to focus. Let's look at this one. This is like the one we did in class. So I have this formula to convert 62 Celsius to Fahrenheit. Well, I have the Celsius. Everywhere I see a C, I'm going to plug in 62. That's all you're doing there. Use Desmos. Plug it in. Like literally you can plug in F equals 9/5. Instead of C, I'm doing 62 plus 32. Plug this whole thing right here into Desmos. All of that into Desmos. And let it do it for you. And you'll get what F equals. Use Desmos. Okay, down here, total cost C in dollars to participate in a triathlon series is given by the literal equation C equals 90x plus 35, where x is the number of triathlons in which you participate. So first A says just solve for x. So I've got C equals 90x plus 35. You're going to be doing the same thing you've been doing. Draw your line. We're going to have x side, EE side, and solve. Hint, you're going to start by subtracting 35 from both sides. Okay, keep going. You got to keep solving. Get x equals something else. Okay, so once you've solved it for x, it says, in how many triathlons do you participate if you spend a total of $305? So C is the dollars, right? So once you get x equals blah, 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 you're going to plug in wherever C is, you're going to plug in 305 to get whatever x is. And again, same thing, you're going to plug it in. Once you solve this equation up here, you're going to plug in for C to find out what x is. If your maximum annual triathlon cost is $1,000, what's the maximum number of triathlons in which you can participate? I would use, you would plug the $1,000 just like we did, sorry y'all. We would plug the $1,000 in for the cost and find x. You can use this original formula, that's fine, or use the one that you found. Y'all, that's it. I know this is difficult. You can do it. I hope this video helped. Let me know if you have any questions. We will answer questions in class, but I need you to try your best on this. Remember, we have a test on Thursday, so tomorrow in class we're reviewing. Come ready to have lots of questions asked, answered. We have a lot to review. Have a great night. Bye, y'all.